So today I am just outside of Southsea next to Portsmouth. Behind me is a particularly famous sci-fi filming site. Do you recognise it? If you hang around until the end, we'll see if you're right. Anyway, I am going to walk down to Southsea and see what we've got down there. The weather is another glorious British rainy day. It's literally rained pretty much all of this year so far. So we'll see how the weather treats us. But yeah, we're going to head down to Southsea and check out what we got down there. So the weather isn't good again. I think it's been raining for the last 6 weeks in the UK. I think it's rained every single day for the last 6 weeks. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to get along here to Southsea, which if you don't know is just outside of Portsmouth. Behind me, I don't know if you can see these. These are anti-tank blocks. So during the Second World War, there would have been a lot of activity down this area, not so much anymore. And the place that will end up later was actually originally a military base, a naval base. Anyway, let's see if we can beat this weather. So as with the Isle of Wight coastal path that I walked around a few weeks ago, this is actually part of the King Charles coastal path as well, but for the mainland of the UK. So what you'll notice this end of town, at the Eastney end of town, is there's so much naval history around here. You just walk along and you see forts out in the sea. You've got the barracks behind us here, which were the old barracks that are now housing. And we've got the old military base that we're going to come back to later. It's very quiet down this end of town as well. So you've got quite a nice beach. It's quite shingly, but it's not as refined as the Southsea end of the beach. So it's quite a wild beach, this end of the promenade. Lots of wildlife down in there, lots of flora and fauna. Definitely worth an explore. There's not much open this end of the pier this time of year, but I can imagine in the summer this will be absolutely heaving up here. There's plenty of food to have here though, even out of season. There's a really big fish and chip shop, which is just down here. There's also gyros, which I've seen down there, some like street food stuff. All sorts of stuff really. So I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to find in this end of the pier. Standard fruit machines, penny machines. Anyway, we'll go and check it out anyway. So exactly what I was expecting. There's some decent looking food around here though. There's some slightly more unusual stuff that you wouldn't necessarily normally find on a pier, but yeah, come down and check it out. So I've had to just duck inside for a minute and just put on my rain jacket because it's really starting to rain now. Next up, we're going to go and have a look at the pyramids, the Portsmouth Pyramids. But have you had a thought about where this location is yet? A little clue, the actor that plays the main character isn't always the same person. So if you do fancy bringing a little picnic or something with you on your walk along here, there's loads of places to go and sit and have a little bite to eat. But today, yet again, it's drizzling down with rain and not very nice at all. So right next to us now is the Portsmouth Pyramids, not to be confused with the ones in Egypt. This was originally a big music venue, and I think it was a big swimming pool inside as well. I think it's just a gym now, and I think there's a kids play area downstairs as well. But many big actors played in there. I think Arctic Monkeys have played there, Placebo, Motorhead, just to name a few. So in front of me now is Southsea Castle. As with a lot of buildings here in Portsmouth, it was built by Henry VIII. This was built in 1544, and it's still here today, and you can actually still go inside it, but it's not open until April. So although we can't get in the actual castle itself, the courtyard is open today. There's another cafe around here as well, so you can have a little bite to eat or a drink. But yeah, even if it's not in season, you can get in here and have a little look around. So this weather's not getting any better. I'm going to head along a bit further. There's another like theme parky sort of bit down the end here. I think I'm going to go and grab some donuts if I can find some proper British seaside food. So there's even more naval history as we walk along here. And we've got the D-Day Museum right here, and we've got next to us, we've got one of the landing vessels. So I don't know if you can see how long that is. But yeah, you can walk right through it. So before we get to the arcades down at Clarence Pier, just thought I'd give you one more little clue about this mystery filming location. Their phone never seemed to work. So unfortunately, Southsea Parade is actually closed at the moment. I think it's going to be reopening before the summer this year. They're doing quite a lot of work along here at the moment, so it should be really nice by the time it's open. So we are here at Clarence Pier. It's got a Wimpy. It's got a Wimpy bar. I haven't seen one of them for a while. Hoping I'm going to get some donuts, but I don't know what's going to be open today. It's a wet Sunday in the middle of February, so let's go and have a look and see what we can find. So I thought it would be absolutely dead down here today, but it's absolutely packed. There's an indoor golf just at the main part, just back there. There's loads of like normal arcade machines and stuff in there as well. That's really busy. There's outdoor golf. It's pouring down with rain and there's people playing. So I don't know. Does the weather stop you doing anything in this country? I don't think so. So I've got the donuts. Yes. Absolutely perfect. Check those bad boys out. Look at that. Let's have a look. Still hot. Absolutely hits the spot on a cold, wet, horrible English winter's day. Lovely. So I've just ducked into the battlements up here along Southsea seafront. It's raining cats and dogs out there. The dogs have had enough of the weather. The cats have definitely had enough. I think even the ducks are getting a little bit fed up with this constant rain we're getting in this country at the moment. Anyway, if you haven't already, if you want to give this video a like, and if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be fantastic. Did you guess what TV show it was that was filmed down the other end of Southsea? Let's time travel back and find out if you're right. Anyway, I'll see you next time. So the show in question was Doctor Who, if you hadn't guessed it already. The episode itself was quite a famous one. It was the Sea Devils episode back in the 70s. I think it was John Pertwee. I might be wrong. I'll check that if I am. Anyway, it's not a naval base anymore, which is what it was when it was being used for the filming. It's now due to be demolished, according to a guy I just spoke to, and it's going to be turned into flats. So if you want a nice bit of Doctor Who history and you want somewhere to live, that will be where you want to live.